Welcome to the Rum Revival. My name's Arminder, and hey, it's the start of the new year, 2024, so I figured I'd put together a video where I highlight the brands and upcoming releases that I'm the most excited about for this year. Now, I don't know everything that actually is coming out this year. That's not how these things actually work. I'd love to know, but I don't. But of what I do know, I want to list the things that I'm most excited about. Now, the first thing that I'm excited about for 2024 is Mexico. Yeah, just like the whole country of Mexico, all of it, but especially the cane juice rum that's been coming out of there. You know, we've been getting more and more Mexican producers and brands making fantastic cane juice rums, and for this year, there are a couple things that I'm particularly excited about. First off, the folks behind Charanda Uruapan are gonna have a pretty big year. There's a single cask reposado release that they're coming out with. It's been aged in a Fortaleza tequila cask. We're also supposed to be getting some single cane varietal releases from them this year as well. And there's even talk about them releasing some of their Charanda infusions that they do with different fruits and herbs. Really excited about seeing them branch out like this. Next up is Alambique Serrano. They debuted last year with like 4 to 5 different aged cane juice offerings, and I was impressed with pretty much all of them. Their blend number 2 was like within my top 3 rums of last year. And this year we're gonna see a lot of different single cask releases from them, aged in all sorts of different casks for varying lengths of time. I'm very excited to kind of see how the brand grows and to see the variety in their flavor profiles across their releases. Moving on from Mexico to Jamaica, this year, there are a number of Jamaican rums that I'm really looking forward to. First off, there are a couple of Hamden Estate bottles that were released in Europe and other parts of the world like a year or two ago, but which we never got here, leading to all sorts of FOMO. But now we're finally getting them this year. So the two releases are their HLCF Classic and Pagos releases, both of which are part of their core year-round lineup. Now, both rums are their HLCF mark, basically rum fire, and the Classic is aged in ex-bourbon casks for 4 years, and the Pagos is aged entirely in Oloroso sherry casks. It'll be great to finally have them here in the States, so I can move on to be jealous of other rums that Europe has that we don't. Honestly, the bottle I might be looking forward to the most, though, is Worthy Park Overproof. Like Wray and Nephew and Rumfire and Worthy Park's own Rum Bar Overproof, this is an unaged overproof Jamaican rum. These are big, bold rums with funky tropical fruit notes. So the real hook to this particular release, though, is that it's made partially from cane juice from Worthy Park's own estate-grown sugarcane. See, all the other releases are made entirely from molasses. Now, I'm very intrigued to see what sugarcane juice does to the flavor profile of these kind of rums and how it comes across in cocktails. So I really think Worthy Park knocked it out of the park about a year ago when they launched Worthy Park 109. Over the last year or so, it's become one of my go-to mixing rums. So the idea of having another cocktail-focused rum under the Worthy Park brand is definitely something to be excited about. So the next rum thing that I'm really excited about is Rum JM. I think this will be the year that they really let their hair down. Building off of the release of Terroir Volcanique and their bitters line last year, they're putting out a new product line called the Atelier series, or pronounced something like that. I'm sure I'm butchering the French. It consists of 3 cocktail-focused rums where the flavor profile is due largely in part to the varying cask types and charring techniques used. One's got more fruit-forward notes, another one is spice-heavy, and the third has a strong emphasis on smoke. Now, rum agricoles tend not to often be associated with mixing and cocktails, so it's really exciting to see what people do with these rums and how they get incorporated into cocktail menus throughout this year. Altogether, I think it's quite the glow-up for Rum JM. One of the things that I'm really excited about doing this year is re-exploring and embracing the core offerings from distilleries. You know, many of them are good, dependable, everyday sippers that are incredibly affordable and often taken for granted or glossed over. I mean, I know I'm totally guilty of that, and I'm hoping of changing that this year, and I definitely plan on creating content around them, especially for new rum drinkers. Now, the other thing that gets me excited about core releases is what Mount Gay is doing. They're taking 2 of their core rums and offering higher proof or cask strength versions of them. They just released Eclipse at Navy strength at 57% ABV, and supposedly and hopefully we'll be getting the cask strength release of Black Barrel that was a distillery exclusive last year. I love the idea of taking rums we all know and getting to try them in a pure, less diluted expression. Now, I have no idea if other distilleries are planning on doing the same thing, but imagine if you could get Appleton 12 or Eldorado 15 at higher proof. Here's hoping the success of these releases from Mount Gay spur other distilleries to give it a shot. Moving on, this might be a topic that maybe only I care about or get excited about, But another year means more releases, and more releases hopefully means more well-designed and thoughtful bottles and labels. And the reality is that you spend more of your time looking at a bottle than actually drinking it, so it might as well look good. On that topic, I'm really excited about the upcoming rebrand of Chairman's Reserve. Their entire core lineup is being rebranded. Now, it's not a drastic departure from their current labels, but enough of an update that it feels a bit more modern and includes much more production information on the sides of the label, which is always a good thing. Moving on, I'm excited to see what third-party bottlers have in store for us this year. Folks like Holmes Key, Transcontinental Rum Line, Rolling Fork, Down Island Spirits, Raising Glasses. What I love about what they do is that they often put out rums that aren't normally available here, right? There's an element of exploration and discovery with their releases. Now, I don't have any real inside knowledge of any kind of like first-time regions that are being released here in the US. I'm just excited to be surprised, right? Personally, I would love to see more rums coming from Africa and Asia, so fingers crossed. And lastly, I'm very excited about 2024 bringing in more rum drinkers. I'm hoping we get more people into and excited about rum. Frankly though, it's mostly for selfish reasons. See, I hope one day I can walk into any random hole-in-the-wall liquor store around where I live and find quality rum like you can with whiskey and tequila and mezcal. We're not quite there yet at the level of those spirits, but hey, give it some time. I think we can get there, and then we can all pay overly inflated prices for our rum. Awesome. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot to really be excited about. Now that's my list. I'd love to know what you're excited about this year. Are there any specific upcoming releases that you can't wait to get your hands on? Let me know in the comments below. Here's to a great 2024. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next time. Cheers.